All right, let's do it, baby. Let's take this pony for a ride. It is a shitty Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
But we're doing pretty well. About to head off to weightlifting training. Feeling pretty sweet, nice and fresh in the morning today. Since yesterday was booked out, so should be a quiet one, just the way I like it. Basically, the way the week's running out right now is doing pretty much 7 days a week in terms of weightlifting. We got Monday running through squats, leg day technically. Then Tuesday is the usual weightlifting day. Run through snatch, cleans, got my PBJs.
Peanut butter jelly the long way. Peanut butter jelly the long way.
Then we got Wednesday, that's chest. Thursday is kind of like rehabs, but I've been doing just rolling, plyometric work. Then we got Friday, it's weightlifting again, just the same thing, snatch, cleans. And then we got Saturday, the favorite, get the sleep in, got some deadlifts. Then I follow that up. Also a hood classic, we do pretty much arms, so it's biceps, triceps, arms, shoulders. Bit of back, just some accessory work, something nice and wholesome. On the dieting end now, pretty lenient. I started off doing a bit of a deficit, but then I realized I was really close to comp weight, so I was like, it's kind of pointless. I didn't want to lose any mass during this time and period, especially since I'm doing a lot of training 7 days a week, so getting good nutrition, good sleep is vital in terms of me being able to just get at it every day. So enjoying that, but nutrition pretty consistent now. Eating at a slight surplus, consuming about 2,400 calories on the reg. I got about maybe 1.2 grams of protein per body weight, so not too hectic, but since I'm eating at somewhat of a surplus, it's still very much adequate amount of protein. So getting that in, roughly about 150 to 180 grams of protein. Everything else outside of that's pretty good. Just trying to manage my fiber intake, so increase how much veg I'm getting in on my day. Man is severely lacking. Meat and rice consumption is high, but the vegetables are not, so trying to correct up on that.
Try it, sounds good for you.
You got it. Delicious.
Really just dipping my feet in, trying to get used to macro tracking again and being a bit more disciplined with the nutrition that I intake. I am slightly increasing weight, but I don't plan on going any higher than about 73 kgs at this point. Hopefully I'll start my cut at about 73 kgs, which will be in January, start of Jan. And then I'll have about 12 weeks to prep for everything. So I'll be able to run through everything in 12 weeks. That will roughly be about maybe like 0.5 of body weight per week, maybe a bit more. Regardless, should be still a fairly chill prep leading into bodybuilding, since I'm only dropping about 6 to 7 kilos max leading into comp. That should be plenty of weight loss to get me to about 4% body fat, I'm hoping. Now, muscle retention is fine. More or less, I'm seeing some muscle gain up to my protein intake, and just generally getting more full pumps and better recovery going into every workout. I've been on a steady increase, fairly happy with where my body's at this point. Weightlifting is priority for weight training. Comp will be in 6 weeks from now. So 6 weeks out for weightlifting, which will be my first comp. Pretty excited. Don't really know what to expect, but we'll go in there and we'll give it our best go just to test the waters, see how I go in the weightlifting scene. And lifting progress has been fairly consistent since I have put a lot more priority on it, and getting a lot more time in with PTs at the Melbourne Barbell Club. So yeah, seeing a steady increase, more or less just working on technique and making sure I get in every week and get the work done. For bodybuilding, nothing too complicated for bodybuilding. Like I said, just getting back into macro tracking, making sure that everything like that end is put together. And then just getting accurate amount of hypertrophy per week, mainly focusing on arms, shoulders, upper chest, and calves in terms of just creating a bit more body proportion and that chef's kiss of physique. That's pretty much goal for bodybuilding at the moment. I'm doing about 8 to 12 sets per muscle group. So biceps twice a week, probably at around 4 sets each. Same for triceps, side delts, rear delts. Same with calves, all around. Just generally picking up any scraps that I can get in terms of putting on mass. Just keeping volume high for any weak spots of the body. And then I'm getting enough stimulus from powerlifting training, accessories, and main lifts externally from that, so that's fine. Powerlifting, training for that, nothing too crazy. Right now I've been chilling at around 6 to 7.5 RPE, fairly low intensity. I will be having a peak in 2 weeks. That way I can have a regression moving into the weightlifting comp then, so that way once I peak for powerlifting, I can drop down again, and then that external stress isn't added to my weightlifting training, and I can focus on prioritizing really just putting out as much effort and getting the best results possible in weightlifting training. So once that's finished, we'll start a new block for powerlifting, and that will lead me into my next comp. And then that will technically be the priority, and I can drop probably 1 day of training for weightlifting. That way I'm vibing. That way I can actually have a rest day, because I haven't had a rest day in a minute. Hopefully I can get a good rest day in once I finish the weightlifting comp. So just drop the volume for weightlifting, prioritize powerlifting, and just have an actual solid day of rest, which will be much beneficial. I wouldn't recommend 7 days a week to anyone. I'd say anywhere between 5 and 6 is more than enough training. So rest is important. I'm struggling to get in as much sleep as I want to, or at least as much time off from the gym as I want to, but I'm having fun. I'm getting in week in, week out, and honestly, motivation to train is still fairly high. I'm pretty keen to get in and do training today, and same with deadlifts. Since I only get to do it about once a week, squats, bench, and deads, technically once a week as like priority. I do have accessories for each of those lifts, like alternate variations to just maintain stimulus, but in terms of true and tried squat, bench, deads, going heavy, I do get to do them once a week. So whenever I'm given the task to lift those type of weights, I'm fairly happy to get in there and get the workout done. So I haven't lost any motivation on that end, which is I'm really happy, honestly, just having fun training. So can't complain on that end, and no injuries, nothing like that. I can get in, week out, and I'm maintaining the stress fairly well compared to last prep. I'm over the moon just to be in the gym and be training and seeing some progress. Just tame my ADHD and work in 1 day at a time till I get to my end goal, because I'm a bit eager to get there, but it takes time. We'll be working on that. I think that's all, guys, for the updates. Nothing too crazy outside of that. Powerlifting is kind of background training for the time being until weightlifting's over. Weightlifting's going sturdy, just working on technique. And bodybuilding, just get swole. Watch some Sam Solid videos, the protein, get a nay-nay. Shit, get a little autistic during each session. Boys, just get groovy with it.